Good evening and welcome. This is Primetime News on MITV. I am Tomisi Adebukola. Talking news tonight, we are making progress in tackling banditry and terrorism, Buhari tells diplomats. As terrorists release 5 more Kaduna hostages. In foreign news, Pelosi visits Taiwan in defiance of Chinese warnings. And sports stories starts with Chelsea agreeing to a €20 million deal to sign Villa's Chukwemeka. The news in detail. Terrorists that attacked the AK-9 Abuja-Kaduna train and abducted passengers on the 28th of March 2022 have on Tuesday released 5 more hostages, including a victim shot while in their custody, Mukhtar Shoaib. Shoaib was shot during a friendly fire while in the den of the terrorists. Tukumamu, the publisher of Kaduna-based Desert Herald and media consultant to the controversial Islamic cleric Sheikh Ahmad Gumi, who withdrew as one of the negotiators, confirmed the release of the 5 hostages. Mamu said that he played a prominent role in the release of the train victims, stated he backed out due to the threats to his life, personality integrity and the lack of support from the federal government. It is, however, not clear if any money was paid to the terrorists to release their abducted victims. The Nigerian government is making effort to tackle banditry, terrorism, and other criminal activities in the country. President Muhammadu Buhari stated these on Tuesday while receiving the letters of credence from the new Canadian High Commissioner to Nigeria, Ambassador James Kingston Christoph, and Ambassador to Mexico to Nigeria, Juan Alfred Miranda Uritz, at the State House in Abuja. While calling for more international collaboration to tackle insecurity, Buhari stated that Nigeria has made meaningful progress to tackling it and said, with the help of friendly countries like Canada and Mexico. He claimed that Nigeria is not left out of the equation as they are fighting to rid the country of banditry, kidnapping, header farmer clashes and insurgency, and they are however making meaningful progress with the support of friendly countries like yours to sustain this fight until they overcome these challenges. The Commander-in-Chief lamented the ongoing war between Russia and Ukraine, saying it has undermined efforts in boosting global food security. He also believes that global insecurity, as well as the COVID-19 pandemic, which struck the world in 2020, has affected major economies. At the event, which signals the assumption of duty of the new ambassadors, President Buhari tasked them to build on the achievement of their predecessors, insisting Nigeria further counts on their support, particularly in the areas of addressing issues of marine-related crime, among others. In the 2023 general elections, the president also asked the diplomats to monitor the political activities in the country, but remain apolitical.
Food security in the last decade, while the political instability in Libya continues to fuel terrorism in the Sahel, as well as scatter the democratic sustenance in both West and Central African regions. Nigeria is not left out of the equation as we are fighting to rid our country of banditry, kidnapping, harder farmer crisis, and insurgency. We are, however, making meaningful progress with the support of friendly countries like yours to sustain these fights until we overcome these challenges. At the regional level, we are working with other member states of ECOWAS and other regional blocs to deal with the problems of terrorism, trans-border crimes, maritime crimes such as piracy and illegal fishing on our waters, illicit drug and human trafficking, banditry, as well as unconstitutional changes of government.
And Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu has restated his administration would ensure it realizes its economic goal and fulfill the theme's agenda, completing all ongoing projects in the country. The governor, who stated this while unveiling a 2-block of 38 units of 2- and 3-bedroom flats at the Victoria Island called for more private sector partnership to reduce the housing deficit in the state. The governor assured Lagosians that his administration will deliver more affordable and decent housing for all categories of residents and vigorously pursue comprehensive urban renewal programs to unlock the potential in each community in the state. Managing Director, Chief Executive Officer of the Lagos State Development and Property Corporation, Ayodeji Joseph, commended Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu for his immense contributions towards housing development in the state and the unflinching support of the LSPDC. Now, in a goodwill message to Oniru of Ireland, Obagbola Lawal urged government to build compact, low-burden cities to make states more livable.
Just building, we're ensuring that we build affordable housing that meets different strata of our citizens, from the low budget to the medium budget to beautiful apartments like this in the heart of Victoria Island. We're building houses, like they said, in Victoria Island. We're building in Ikorodu. We're building in Ekpe. We're building in Badagry. We're building in Lupeju. We're building in Surulere. We're building in Ikota. Almost all nooks and crannies of Lagos State is undergoing one major housing project or the other.
Just 2 duplexes and 2 bungalows. Look at what we have today, 38 units. Addressing the problem Mr. Ashogbamu went through, the idea of sprawling of Lagos, moving from to Lagos Central. We all know the challenges. The more reason why I have always been advocating for a compact, coordinated, and connected Lagos.
Add bungalows that house just 2 different families. We are glad that through this joint venture, we are able to deliver 38 family residential units of commensurate value and quality. Its internal features include built-in wardrobe, store, granite and marble glazed house, high quality of fitted kitchen, security door. The estate comes with various modern facilities such as water treatment plant, LPG reticulation service, fitness gym, swimming pool, rooftop private cinema, rooftop bar.
Lagos State government says the reintroduction of Jigibola Healthcare Initiative is aimed at improving the vision of the visually impaired of Lagosians, irrespective of their age or status. Speaking at the relaunch of the Free Health Mission in Shomolu local government area, the wife of the state governor, Dr. Bijoke Sanwo-Olu, said the initiative was launched 20 years ago under the former governor of Lagos State, Bola Ahmed Tinubu, out of concern for the well-being of Lagosians. The First Lady said the Jigibola initiative was designed to strengthen the state's capacity for efficient health care at the grassroots level, adding the initiative will continue to be a legacy that will help reduce visual impairment to the barest minimum in Lagos. While stating efforts made by the government to combat visual impairment in the state, Dr. Sanwo-Olu disclosed that the Bosco Lagos Healthcare Mission International, through the institution of a team that consists medical professionals, which includes doctors, nurses, optometrists, audiologists, and health record officers, among other allied medical professions, would engage the good people of Lagos and identify citizens who need visual aid by screening eligible patients for the prescription glasses. Should therefore urge Lagosians, especially those suffering from visual impairment, to take advantage of the Jigibola initiative to improve their health, noting that a number of cases of visual impairment could have been prevented if they were detected early and treated effectively. Chief Executive.
It's very important that for our people to be top-notch with their health, that a healthy nation is a blessed nation, is a nation that can make the country more productive. So if you're not healthy, it's difficult for you to perform your civic rights, your basic functions in life. So that's why I think it's very important that health is wealth. Prevention is better than cure. We have brought the health to the people now. We're not waiting for them to get sick before they come to the hospitals. It's very important that they check themselves. any opportunity they have, whether it's free, whether it's another what they call it, another private people that are doing free health, free screenings, that they should take advantage of that and not play with their health at all.
Yes, we have dental services where you can have your teeth checked. We do scaling and polishing, extraction of tooth there. We also have the general consultation where you meet with our doctors and they'll check you for blood pressure, blood sugars, and every other aspect of health. Yes, we started with phase 1. That's why we had Jigibola phase 1. That was in July, August 2021. So we are now in the phase 2. So we are covering the entire 20 local governments of Lagos State. We've done 7. We are doing another 8 now. And in the third edition, in the third phase, we'll be covering the remaining 5. So we'll cover the 20 local government areas.
If the world is to combat the adverse effect of climate change, there is need for resilient action and adaptation, as well as mitigation measures that will prevent such collapse. These came to the front burner at the 9th Lagos Climate Change Summit on Tuesday in Lagos State. And our correspondent Fatoke Kunle, who monitored the report, presents this from our studio.
Human activities, from pollution, burning of fossil fuel to overpollution, have continued to impact negatively on the earth by releasing greenhouse gases into the atmosphere and fundamentally changing the world. The impact is there in the environment. Ice melt, sea level are rising, while there is ocean surge, all in the name of climate change, majorly caused by activities of mankind as the world embarks on more developmental activities.
We find that we move from a situation where things were very hot, rains were almost non-stop, we had rains every day. All of this is because the climate has changed. The rains, we do know, and flooding are part of the consequences of climate change. And climate change is arising from global warming. Global warming is arising from emissions of greenhouse gases into the air.
No wonder top officials of the Lagos State government and experts in the environment converged at the 9th Lagos Climate Change Summit with the theme Integrating Climate Actions in Lagos State Development, Investment Opportunities and Trade-offs.
Last year, Lagos State took a giant leap by launching the Lagos Climate Action Plan, our second 5-year plan covering 2020 to 2025. This plan highlights evidence-based and inclusive climate action that will help create a more resilient Lagos for all. We are doing in just a year. I can say with great confidence that the Lagos Climate Action Plan has started to deliver great and impactful rewards, including attracting the attention of critical supporters and partners.
The theme for this year's summit, Lagos, demonstrates our commitment to climate action as a state, and now new vistas of opportunity can be opened. It promises to be action-oriented. We have decided to do things differently, co-opting the organized private sector from the planning stage to the delivery of the summit. We recognize the impacts of the organized private sector on economic growth.
In view of the rapid change in weather conditions worldwide, like the intense heat in the US and Europe, experts say this call for the urgent need to be alarmed as every country, including Nigeria, faces danger.
And so we need a radical transformational action to decrease the emissions across all sectors. And although the government of the United Kingdom has managed to mobilize a huge amount of pledges, including net zero pledges in the last COP, we are still nowhere near where we need to be to stay on 1.5. And so transformative action is required on all sectors.
Today, economies are driven majorly by climate change, which means governments must be ready if they are to compete with other countries around the world. My question to Lagos State today is, are you a modern state?
As the climate is not only changing, but changing rapidly, the state government and experts are sounding with one voice that the message is clear. Time is running out and the time to act is now.
The current administration in Osun State and the incoming government have been admonished to work hand in hand towards ensuring a smooth transition of power come November 27 this year for the sake of posterity. A group known as Osun Masterminds made the call in Osun State on Monday during a press conference held to brief the media on its review on some of the activities and issues of governance that transpired in the state in the month of July. It will be recalled that Senator Ademola Adeleke of the People's Democratic Party, PDP, was declared by INEC as the winner of the Osun State July 16 governorship election, having defeated the incumbent governor, Boyega Oyetola. Speaking on the outcome of the election, the Osun Masterminds urged both the current administration and the incoming government to cooperate in harmony towards ensuring smooth transition of power in the interest of the people of the state. The leadership of the group also admonished both parties to act in compliance to relevant laws on the issue of state and local government elections in the interest of posterity and good governance. It commended positive improvement exhibited by INEC and security agencies during the governorship election, adding INEC has already marked improvement in electoral management and has shown greater capacity to deliver world-class electoral system. The group lauded voter turnout, but however described vote trading, which it noted characterized the exercise as blemish to electoral and democratic advancement in the country. It advised INEC to make stricter arrangements to its election day guidelines such that vote buying and selling can be made inefficient and unattractive to political gladiators.
We commend the electoral umpire, INEC, for ensuring that it delivered a more efficiently managed electoral process with improved planning, effective personnel, and reliable equipment. We must also acknowledge the setting up of a transition committee by the governor-elect, Senator Ademola Adeleke. The step, we believe, should facilitate a smooth handover of power to him in November. However, we counsel that the committee ensure that it only carries out the duty of liaising with the Oyetola government to ensure a smooth transition.
But we call on the state government and the opposition to stop the big bags of war. If the case is in court, let's wait for the outcome of what the judgment would be. And let us also reiterate the fact that the conduct of local government elections should be in the interest of moving administration closer to the people at the grassroots and not with the intention of creating landmine for the incoming administration.
The Nigeria Deposit Insurance Corporation, NDIC, has announced that its insurance does not cover investment made with fund managers in the country. In a statement on Tuesday signed by the Director, Communication and Public Affairs Department, Bashir Nuhu, NDIC noted that with the recent increase in investment channels arising from innovative products, there has been an increase in illegal fund managers. According to the statement, these fund managers have been using different platforms soliciting the funds to invest their funds with them, promising excessive returns on such investment. The statement reads in part, in order to protect unsuspecting depositors, it has become necessary for the Nigeria Deposit Insurance Corporation, NDIC, to continue sensitizing the public on the high risk associated with investing funds with illegal fund managers. Accordingly, as a deposit insurer, the NDIC would like to inform members of the public that, contrary to claims by some of these fund managers, the corporation does not insure investments with them. A United States drone strike has killed Al-Qaeda chief Ayman al-Zawahiri at a hideout in Kabul. We'll bring you details of that story and others from the foreign scene right after this break. Welcome. You're still watching Primetime News on MITV. Now we go to the foreign scene. I'll begin with the United States, where a drone strike killed Al-Qaeda chief Ayman al-Zawahiri at a hideout in Kabul. President Joe Biden has announced on Monday, declaring that justice had been delivered to the families of the 9/11 attacks. Zawahiri's assassination is the biggest blow to al-Qaeda since U.S. Special Forces killed Osama bin Laden in 2011 and calls into question the Taliban's promise not to harbor militant groups. It was the first known over-the-horizon strike by the U.S. on a target in Afghanistan since Washington withdrew its forces from the country on the 31st of August 2021, days after the Taliban swept to power. Zawahiri was believed to be the mastermind who steered al-Qaeda's operations, including the 9/11 attacks, as well as bin Laden's personal doctor. A senior administration official said the 71-year-old Egyptian was on the balcony of a 3-story house in the Afghan capital when he targeted with 2 Hellfire missiles after dawn on Sunday. The house is in Shapur, one of Kabul's most affluent neighborhoods, with several villas occupied by high-ranking Taliban officials and commanders. Taiwan is bracing for a potential show of force from China as U.S. House Speaker Nancy Pelosi was expected to arrive on the island late Tuesday. A visit which is not backed by the White House would be the first by such a senior U.S. official in decades. Pelosi is the 3rd highest ranking official in the U.S. government and a longtime critic of Beijing. China has repeatedly warned against the visit on Tuesday, said U.S. would pay the price. Taiwan is a self-ruled island but claimed by China as a breakaway province. Foreign Ministry spokeswoman Hua Shunji said China had been in communication with the U.S. about the sensitivity of the visit. On Tuesday, China sent warplanes up to the median line, the informal divided line in the Taiwan Strait between Chinese mainland and Taiwan. Its forces have also been holding live fire drills, and the Chinese Military Eastern Command posted a video online saying it was fully ready for any eventuality. Russia has accused the U.S. of direct involvement in the war in Ukraine for the first time. A spokesperson for Moscow's defense ministry alleged that the U.S. was approving targets for American-made HIMARS artillery used by Kiev forces. Lieutenant General Igor Lukashenko said intercepted calls between Ukrainian officials revealed the link. The international media has, however, have not been able to verify this. There was no immediate comment on the allegations from U.S. officials. Russia previously accused Washington of fighting a proxy war in Ukraine. Konashenkov said it is the Biden administration that is directly responsible for all rocket attacks approved by Kiev on residential areas and the civilian infrastructure facilities in settlements of Donbas and other regions that caused mass death of civilians. HIMARS is a multiple rocket system which can launch precision-guided missiles at targets as far as 70 kilometers away, far further than the artillery that Ukraine previously had. Coming up next on the Primetime News tonight is sports stories, and we have some interesting ones. Please stay tuned.
Kasance tare da mu cikin wani mashahurin taro wanda aka gina akan cikakkiyar koyarwar musulunci. Ku shaidi taron haɗaɗɗiyar gamayyar al'umma ta duniya a ƙarƙashin jagorancin shugaban addini.
Join us for a unique event founded on true Islamic principles. Witness a global community united behind one global leader, an international event uniting mankind. Tune in to MITV for exclusive coverage of Jalsa Salana United Kingdom 2022. The annual convention of Ahmadiyya Muslim community. Watch live coverage on the 5th, 6th, and 7th of August 2022 at the following timings.
Welcome back. Liverpool forward Diogo Jota has signed a new contract keeping him at the club until 2027. The Portugal international 25 has scored 34 goals in 85 games since joining from Wolves in 2020 for €41 million. Pounds. He scored 21 goals last season as Liverpool won the FA Cup and the EFL and finished runners-up in the Premier League and the Champions League. Jota's current deal was due to expire in 2025 as missed pre-season with a hamstring injury. He said will be out for a few more weeks. Manager Jurgen Klopp said as a striker who can play on the wing, it gives them so many options, and since he came to Liverpool, he has improved so much. Last month, Mohamed Salah signed a new 3-year contract following the departure of fellow forward Sadio Mane to Bayern Munich. And Chelsea have reached an agreement to sign Aston Villa teenager Kane Chukwuemeka for €20 million. The midfielder 18 was left out of the Villa's pre-season tour to Australia after refusing to sign a new contract which expires next summer. Chukwuemeka was third for England in their under-19 European Championship triumph last month, made 12 Premier League appearances for Villa last term. It will become Chelsea's third signing of the summer. La Liga giants Barcelona, Serie A champions AC Milan and Bundesliga side Borussia Dortmund were all linked with Chukwuemeka. Chelsea's deal can be seen as a coup, as it was one of the Premier League's brightest young prospects. And still on football, West Ham will play either Denmark Viborg FF or B36 Torshavn of the Faroe Islands in the Europa Conference League playoff round. David Moyes' side reached the semi-final of the Europa League last season before losing to eventual winners Eintracht Frankfurt of Germany. The Hammers also finished 7th in the Premier League to qualify for Europe's third-tier tournament. Ties for the playoff round will take place on the 18th and the 25th of August. Thanks for joining us on our news tonight. As we round off, let's take our recap of the top stories. President Muhammadu Buhari, a state diplomat, visited today from Canada and Mexico. We are making progress in tackling banditry and terrorism in Nigeria. As terrorists release 5 more of the Kaduna train attack. Foreign stories begins with Pelosi visiting Taiwan in defense of Chinese warnings. And talking sports stories, Chelsea agrees a £20 million deal to sign Villa's Chukwuemeka. Thanks for joining us tonight on the news at prime time. We'll bring you more in our subsequent bulletins tomorrow and, of course, updates on today's stories. Do make sure you check us out on all of our social media handles at MITV_NG on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. I am Tomisi Adebokola. Do have a pleasant night rest. Good night.